Man, I hate being stuck in the friend zone. And I've been stuck in the friend zone with one of my friends for the last couple of years. I finally came out and admitted to her that I had a crush on her since the second I met her. I've known her for 15, 16 plus years. And there's definitely a connection there, definitely a spiritually connection, because that girl can think about me and bug me, and I start texting her, and I knew that we start the conversation up like she already knew. I've been doing card readings for her, but we live a couple hours apart, so I haven't really been able to hook up with her and see her. So I don't really know all the details in her life, which she likes me doing dry card readings that I don't know what's going on. But now that I've done a couple and they've come true, like the last one, I said, be careful of this business thing you're going in with. You're gonna be fine, but your ex is a screwball. You can't trust him. He's a joker. He's a jester. He's a clown. Turned out it was all true. Then I did another card reading, which basically showed me all the crap she had been through, and then it said it gave me that she was going to turn her direction, and then the magician card, which basically showed me that all that stuff you're going to have to learn from and learn your craft and start working on you and start focusing on you, because what does the magician do? He practices his skill. He gets perfect at it. He perfects it, right? She was getting back into writing music. She wrote a song she sent me, and everything was good, and I could start to see it. But then I started to look at the other card readings and look at everything, and then I said, you know what? You have to, in order to work on yourself, your number one distraction is men. You use men as distractions, and be careful, not just men, but relationships. Be careful not to do that. And I told her this, and I'm talking to her, and I say, hey, just be patient. It's kind of like having a zero challenge right now with you, because you just got out of that relationship and you get to pick and choose your challenge, because you got, you're kind of starting over again. And it's kind of tough when you got to pick your own challenge, because what are you going to do? Are you going to go with another guy? Are you going to do another relationship? Are you going to do music? Are you going to do YouTube videos? Or what are you going to do? The choice is yours. And that's kind of where you're at. And then she kept talking to me. She kept kind of like wanting me to, and then she goes, hey, do a card reading on my pregnancy. I said, why? You doing? I don't need to do another card reading for another 6 months to a year. I don't just do card readings on all this. And then it came out that she went over and got some of that third world D dropped on her, and she ain't been the same since. And what I'm talking about, she was traveling to get over her ex, who I told you she was going to have a hard time with, and broke up with. And now she was over there traveling some foreign lands, and she met herself, let's just call him Pedro, okay? Let's call him Papi Chulo, okay? Big Papa, okay? And he's got that third world D, and he dropped it on her. And that's okay. I get it, because I've had that third world poon dropped on me, and I ain't been the same since. I'm down here in Mexico. I made a run for the border when I got that third world poon dropped on me. So I'm not hating. The only thing is, I started thinking for her. I started talking to her. I started to get the pieces of the puzzle together. I'm like, wait a minute. She wanted me to see if this guy was the one. The one. And I'm like, you mean Pedro from the third world country who put that third world D on you? See, the thing about the third world D, it comes with a lot of dreams and hopes, and they staring at that golden ticket. You might as well be like Dave Chappelle when he said, gotcha, bitch, to Oprah, because you the golden ticket, sweetie. I said, do you even know if this guy has his passport, his papers, all this? And then the guy comes, he says, well, I got a house in your neighborhood, girl. Oh, he just happens to live in halfway around the world and has a house in your neighborhood. It's a whole lot of third world D game going on. I'm listening to what the third world poon game that I've been going through. So I'm like detecting this stuff. And I said, man, that third world D is going to be good over there in the third world. But when that third world D gets transported over here and he gets over into Los Angeles in Southern California, that third world D ain't going to have no job. He ain't going to have no money. He ain't going to have nothing. And he going to be looking at you. He might pull out a pocket full of pesos, but there ain't no change rates up in northern and southern California. You got to make a run for the border for Pedro's cash exchange. And once that money runs out, he going to be looking dry, looking at you. What's he going to do for a job? So see, when you get that third world poon, that third world D, you got to do a little bit of thinking, because they got a whole plan and agenda behind all that. And I'm looking at her and I'm telling her, I already made the run for the border. I got that situation locked. So if you want to make a run for the border, I'm right here. I got a place and a job. So if you want to take this spiritual connection and this thing that we have a little deeper, I wouldn't mind. And trust me, I know what the third world poon can do to you. And I know what the third world D did to you. It's got you asking a fortune teller to see if this man is in your faith. And what I told you in the card reading, a blind card reading, was be careful of distractions from relationships, especially men. So that's how the cards work. That's how I read them. That's why I read them. And isn't it so funny what the third world poon and the third world D can do to you? With that being said, peace out.